Hey guys, I'm Allison, I'm the Pampered Wife. I'm filming the intro in a different location because the lighting is horrible. It just got super dark even though it's the middle of the day. But today I'm just playing with new makeup that I got that I'm really enjoying, some old favorites. Some old favorites and asking your opinion on things. I hope you're doing well and enjoy the video. Here we go. So this is what we're starting with. I haven't even brushed my hair. I have a shirt on that's probably considered too small these days. I got it at an exhibit at the museum. It was absolutely amazing. I do already have on my sunscreen. I've really been enjoying this combination of the RMS, maybe Supernatural Radiance Serum. It's an SPF of 30. It is tinted. I have medium aura. It's too deep. I'll show you on the back of my hand. You don't need to shake it. It's quite expensive, so I don't think I'll repurchase it, but it's a beautiful finish. There's the shade medium. I'm a mixture between light and medium. I went ahead and got medium thinking I could lighten it up with other products, which is what I do. So here's that shade, and then I've been combining it with the Kinship Self-Reflect Probiotic Moisturizing Sunscreen. It's an SPF of 32. It is a whiter, well, it's a little pink. Doesn't show up white, but it's a little pink. It does have some iridescence to it. So I'm mixing the two together before I rub them out, and it's been lightening up the RMS a bit so that the shade works on my skin. It's still a bit deep for me, but it works. I'm gonna put a little more on my nose because I'm always blowing my nose and wiping this area, and it could use a little more. This is what it looks like, so you can see how it blends out nicely on the back of my hand, makes a nice shade. You can do that with any sunscreen, just pick textures you wanna mix together. This isn't what the video is about, but here we are. I'm drinking a little bit of that vitamin C emergency because my son had like a 24-hour thing. It was awful, he was nauseous, he had a fever. I was really sick, went to bed at like 8 o'clock p.m. Woke up the next morning like Superman, like nothing had happened, like he's all fine. So of course I'm waiting for it to take me down for a week. So I'm just drinking my emergency. Okay, now that you know it's on my face and it's been on for a long time, and also I do put it under my eyes and on my eyelids and up into my eyebrows because that's where I tend to get dark spots like this one. And it's always a good idea to put it on the back of your hands because that's where we probably get the most sun exposure. I am going in first with my Osea Hyaluronic Lip Booster. It's lovely. It's not a must-have, but it really is a nice product. It's glass packaging, this doe foot applicator that's big and fat and yummy, velvety, and just feels luscious and nice. I like to get it even around the perimeters of my mouth because up here from blowing my nose, my top of my top lip gets dry. It's more of a lip oil, has zero stickiness, zero tackiness. It's not super thin, it's not at all greasy, and it's just lovely. It sinks into the lips pretty quickly. It leaves a little bit of a sheen, but that'll disappear as I'm talking, I'm sure, because it sinks in pretty quickly. It's supposed to do some lip plumping. I've never seen that. And it smells, I forgot what they said it smells like mango? I'll put it on the screen. So that's just to prep my lips because it's nice to have your lips prepped. Truthfully, lipsticks and things wear a lot nicer if your lips, just like your skin, are moisturized. Products that sit better on them. So this is one that you can see I've been loving. This is the Rose Inc Skin Enhance Luminous Tinted Serum. I have the shade 50050. I haven't heard anything about Rose Inc or seen anything about it in so long that I haven't been mentioning it because I thought it was gone. I know Rose Huntington Whiteley, I think I always get her name wrong. I know she sold the business 2 years ago or something, and so it is still available on Sephora and it is still in business, so you can still get this. It's a wonderful product. It's those beads. Hello? It has those tinted beads that are suspended in a liquid. I pump it right onto my skin. I did buy the special brush that they sell with it, just the Rose Inc brush number 3. It does a really nice job of spreading this product out, and it's a nice everyday foundation. Because of the coverage, it doesn't look makeup-y. You can see when I break the balls apart, it looks a little streaky. After I spread it around, including some down my neck where I also put sunscreen, by the way, I kind of pat it in just to make sure I don't have any streaks. I never really try to build it up. I'm happy with my skin looking like skin on a regular basis, and I just really like this. Now I am going in probably for a more full glam look with the eyes because we're just playing today with some of the new stuff that I got, but that's just a foundation I love, so that's what I wanted to wear. I also don't know that you actually, or I actually need a full beat of foundation on just because I'm wearing a heavier eye. I don't know, it's fun to play things up and things down, and so I think that's okay. You may have seen on a YouTube short that I posted recently that I did get this CL concealer. This is called Conceal and Protect SPF 50. If you know, I love the CL foundation. I have the shade number 4. This is the shade number 5 in the concealer. I thought 4 would match my foundation. It was way too light. I looked ill. And here we are with 5. I think it's a nice combination. It's a little brightening. The 6 was really too, I believe, yellow. And I put a lot over here, so let's try to even that out. So far, I've worn this a couple times. I have not been thrilled with it. I don't think it does me any favors under the eye. This is my Sephora 57 brush that I love to use for concealer. I just tap it in. I do like to bring it down my nose just to create some cohesiveness between this part of my face and the rest of it. I get dark right in here, so I definitely need to blend that in or get it in there. Anyway, I don't know that this is doing me any real favors. It's a medium coverage concealer, but up close, it doesn't make my under eyes look hydrated in any way or smooth. It just does more of color coverage. So I'll still use it because I like the SPF, and I believe the shade is going to work for me during these winter months. And you do still want SPF during the winter, of course, but things change. We'll see. I've been using 2 different Beauty Pie eye creams lately. They both have retinol. One's a vitamin C retinol, the other is just a retinol, but they're both made for around the eyes. And I think that's been drying out my under eyes some, even though I also have another, I believe it's a Beauty Pie product that is just a moisturizer that I'm also using. But my under eyes have been a bit dry, so I don't know how much I can blame this, but I still feel like the Tower 28 and even the Say, I forgot how beautiful the Say concealer is. I feel like I have a hair down my back. It's so tickly. I didn't bring any contour in here. I didn't bring any bronzer. So we're just gonna do blush and all that. But I wanna do eyes first because I got this new Sephora color shifter, Strange Botanicals. It's just super fun, looked really fun. I like the idea of the palette, very much taken from Aether Beauty, which who knows, the owner of Aether Beauty, who has since sold Aether, I forgot her name, but she used to work for Sephora, and I wonder if she didn't encourage them for the Sephora collection to adopt her packaging system. It's all cardboard. It does have a mirror, but the mirror is removable so that you can recycle all the cardboard afterwards. Anyway, this just looked fun. These looked like practical shades, except for this shifter topper, and we will go in and use that today. But what I found is they don't really stay on the eye. They don't have much impact unless I use an eye primer, and this is my all-time favorite eye primer. It's the Alima Pure Eye Primer. Oh, there was a Clove and Hallow one that I did like, but then Clove and Hallow closed, so I feel like that's hardly worth mentioning. So I just put a teeny dot on my finger and rub and pat it into my eyelids. This could be fun for a festive look, but it could also work for every day. Interestingly, you can pop the pans out for recycling. It's a really nice recyclable package is what I wanted to show you. So I'm gonna go in with this white. It's pretty white. It's a beigeish, grayish white. That really doesn't show up on my finger, you see it, but let's put it right here. And this one is a warmer tan. Put that here. And these are mattes. And then we've got this grayish brown. I'm gonna put the bone just above right here. And move this guy. Yeah, you still really can't see it. And then this brown is more of a shimmer, as you can see. And then let's look at this topper. It's called Shifter, and I'm just gonna use the same finger that I used the bone white color on. This one feels different. The other ones are powdery, and this one feels almost wet, a little slippery, silkier. And you see it's more sheer than it lets on because I did, quite a bit on my finger there, and it comes out with almost a reddish undertone depending on the light. And there is a blue shift in there that doesn't seem to be coming across, but you saw it, there you go. I think the shimmer particles are blue and the underpigment must be a reddish brown. It is such a mess over here. I mean, I have this gift to wrap right here for a neighbor's child. I gotta get that out of the way. I mean, there's just papers everywhere, makeup everywhere, empties, because if you've watched my channel, you know I have never finished my empties that I got way behind on. So I am gonna start with the Bone shade and just put that all over my lid. It is a little powdery, so I just blew it off, what you saw. I know, not very sanitary, what can I say? I'm gonna put this on the inner corner to the middle of my eyelid. Y'all know I am not the least bit of a makeup artist. I don't claim to be. We are playing today. I've worn these before, as you could probably figure out since I told you they don't really stay put without an eye primer. But with an eye primer, you can definitely see that that's on. It's a nice matte neutralizing shade that's a little bit grayish, but also brightening. And I'm taking another brush. So this was just a Eco Tools eyeshadow brush, and this is a Jones Road eyeshadow brush. Now I'm going into this goldy warm brown. Put that on the outer half of my lids. Well, that's pretty pigmented now. But then I'm also going a little bit over the whitish shade, trying to blend the two together. I'm pretty sure I paid $6 for this, so I thought it'd be fun to give it a try. Excuse me. I thought it was such a minuscule amount of money for makeup these days. I thought it would be fun to give the Sephora eyeshadows a try. I've bought the little single pots before and was quite impressed, but I didn't really like any of the shades that I got, and this looked pretty good. And I could test out some of the formulas and play. And this is one of those BK Beauty, it's the 202 brush, I believe, from Angie Hot and Flashy's collab with BK Beauty. So now I'm going over and blending the two shades together in the middle and into the crease. Trying to be careful not to take it past here, and if I do take it past there, that it's up here and not dragging my eye down. I mean, I could stop there, put on some brown eyeliner, some mascara, finish the face, and be done with it, but that's not where we're ending it. I'm going in with this shade right in the corner crease right there. I sound so southern when I hear myself talk. And I'm gonna put a dot on the other eye, just inside so it lifts. Not too far out where my actual crease is. My actual crease is under here, so I put it just above it, and now I'm just gonna work that in some, gently. Buffing it in and then pulling it down just a teeny bit, almost making a V, not pulling it down to here towards my corner, but more in, you know, making a V shape towards the center of my eye, if that makes sense. That's made it a bit smokier, obviously. And now I'm going to go in with this topper. I'm going to use a brush because I used my finger and wasn't thrilled with the way that looked. This is another BK Beauty brush. So this is the 203 of the same Angie Hot and Flashy set. I'm gonna put that over the center. You can see it. And I definitely see the blue, but I also see that reddish undertone. I really like the blue reflect. I'm not a fan of the red undertone. That is it for this. I'm not gonna use the brown shimmer. I just think I don't need to put every shade on my eye. All but one seems like plenty. So I'm curious to know how you guys are feeling about these, the Sephora collection as well as eyeshadow palettes. I haven't bought an eyeshadow palette since the Ilia Cool Tone palette, I believe it was called. I've really steered clear of eyeshadow palettes. I've been really into the singles. I love putting on a single, which brings me to one of the singles I recently got, which was a Merit shade, because Sephora had their 20% off sale after their VIB sale, which really pisses me off. And so we should all just remember that it comes just before Christmas and not buy things during the VIB sale when we only get 10% off or 15% off, unless you're Rouge, and then I believe you get 20%. I don't know. Anyway, I got the shade Nelson. I love these grayish, purpley kind of shades, and this one is like a grayish brown, and I love the Merit shadows. You can see I've used it, It melts as soon as you touch it. It's a matte. I mean, I love that. Here we go, right there. So it's a brownish gray, very similar, I think, to this brownish gray in this Sephora. There they are. What I have found with the shade Nelson, unlike Studio or Social, these two are so easy to apply and beautiful, but when I've applied Nelson, it's looked a little patchy and streaky. I don't know if that was user error, but I just have never experienced that with these two. And I do feel like these are creamier and Nelson is waxier. Even just since I touched them, you can see the difference. I touched both of these, one with each finger, and then Nelson just like melted onto my finger. I don't know, I'll have to play around with Nelson, but I've just never experienced that before with these formulas. And I'm trying not to be disappointed because I so love the formula. But I also want to compare this to one other grayish brown that I have. This is Ritual Defeat. It's a cream eyeshadow. The shade is Intuition. Isn't that gorgeous? It's not nearly as deep. Let's see. Yeah, that's closer to the Sephora shade, but it's even more purple. I love this one. So I just wanted to show you these shades. I'm curious to know if you got anything at the Sephora sale, and if so, what did you get? I kind of wish I got another Merit mascara and or maybe a Cali Ray mascara, but I did get a mascara, and it's the Sephora mascara. I also got another Sephora eyeliner, which we'll try, but first I'm gonna go ahead and do brows. I have been loving the dark brown Merit eyebrow pencil. It's teensy tiny, the tip there, and it's a great shade. I feel like I look silly with my eyes done and nothing else, so let's go ahead and get into this. But see, you can just add little hair strokes. And then the other side has a small, softer spoolie brush than I'm used to having on the ends of eyebrow pencil products, but it does the job because this is a waxy product. It's not so much pencil-y as it is like a crayon. I am going to go in with my tinted eyebrow gel and just set the brows. This doesn't hold quite as well as I would like. It's a double-sided spoolie. One side has long bristles and the other side has short. I've not really played around too much with that. Well, I mean, I've tried, but it doesn't make a huge difference for me is what I found. One thing that I didn't mention in my year-end favorites of, I think this was a 2024 purchase. This is from Nude Sticks. Matte Face and Lip Sun-Kissed Pink, but I only ever use it on my cheeks. All Nude Sticks products come with a metal container with a mirror. I mean, they're so great. I haven't found a use for them yet, but I have multiples. I have bigger ones here, smaller ones. They're great, and I'm sure they'd be great for paper clips and little pencils. Like, I don't know. Do you use this stuff? I always am so optimistic that these things are great and I'm going to use them, and they just sit around and then I donate or recycle or throw away. Anyway, I think it's the shade that I love, and I love that it's matte. It's a twist up. It does have a brush on this side. I did a video where I complained that this side didn't turn or that it didn't work, but it's just a really stiff brush that I never ever use. And I actually go in with one of my BK Beauty brushes. This is a 107, and I just tap it right on here. Let me show you the shade. Putting it here. I'm so excited to hear that 2000s makeup is coming back, which means lots of bronzer, lots of dark eyeliner, which we will talk about that in a minute. That's a real problem for me. Anyway, this just applies nicely, easily. I just really like it. I really like the shade. It's not fussy. It's not sticky. It's not tacky. It's not too anything. It's not balmy, which I appreciate. So just getting more on for this side. Anyway, I've loved this. And like I said, I don't know if it's just the shade or how easy it is to use. It's really not fussy. It's not sticky. It lasts. It just goes right on and is very comfortable, and it's just a great texture. I think there's more light coming from this side, by the way. That's why this side of my face looks lighter. There's a window there isn't one over there. See, already my lips are getting dry, and I've been filming for 16 minutes. So I feel like I need to put something else on, and luckily I have, oh no, that's not what I wanted to grab. To moisturize, I'm gonna put on the rest of the rest. This is the Ritual Defy Lip Jelly, I think they call it. This is just the clear. This is like putting like a cool drink on your lips. Not that it's cooling, but it feels like I've just quenched them with water. It just feels nice. It's gingery. I'm not crazy about it. It's really big, long packaging. Like here's a Victoria Beckham. This is big and bulky. You can't put it in your pocket. It is glass, which is great. The label comes right off, so that's gone. And this is another one that doesn't last super long. So these are not among my favorites, while I do enjoy wearing them. So back to the Nelson from Merit. As soon as I got it, I just put it right on my eyes. I had to see how it was, and I was like, oh, that's a lot for a daytime look. Spread it around a little bit, or tapped it out some. This one dries much more quickly than the other two shades that I have from Merit, and that's how it gets like streaky and patchy. That's what the problem was. On my eyelid, this is what it did. I didn't get to it fast enough. You can see how pretty it is when you diffuse it, and spread it around a little bit. It's a cloudy kind of gray. I think that's really pretty. And I went on top of it with this Merit cream shadow that I've absolutely been loving. Not Merit, Mob Beauty, that I've absolutely been loving. It's M145. I put that just in the center of my lid on top of it, and it really lightened it, brightened it, and made it totally wearable. Spread that onto the darker, so you can see how well the Merit works with other products and how much you can change it and how gorgeous it became. Isn't that so pretty? I'm obsessed with this. Anyway, I just wanted to share this because that leads me to another product that I'm so excited about. I'm very into these sparkly shimmery eye products. I've never tried Urban Decay's Space Cowboy, but I've seen them in videos, or those eyeshadows, and they're so gorgeous, the shimmer and glimmer, and oh, love it. So I ended up getting two shades of these. This is the Finest Fleck glitter eyeshadow from e.l.f. This is the shade Filthy Rich, which is a greenish shade, or it looks greenish. I also got the shade Champagne Showers, which I think is aptly named. It's not smooth and melty like the Merit that I just used. Maybe you feel the texture of the glitter. It almost feels dry. It's a wash of color, but it's very glittery. Separate little small glitters. I've really enjoyed that. It doesn't lighten and brighten like this does the one from Mob Beauty. And then Filthy Rich also feels dry. Love this shade. Again, it's that grayish, muddled kind of shade, and it's brownish actually more than green. It does in certain light, but otherwise it can even look reddish, brownish. But I wanted to share these two because they're super fun, and I'm wondering if you guys with the holidays, especially if you're in your 50s like I am, if you feel like you can still wear glitter, is that something you still do? I feel like I need eyeliner. I feel like I look unfinished. Now, yes, I don't have mascara on, but on top of that, I just feel like I need a little more finishing around the eyes, and I have the biggest trouble with eyeliner. I'll have to show you how many eyeliners I have, and I've gotten rid of some. I probably have like 15 eyeliners, and I use them all maybe twice and move on because they all end up running beneath my lower waterline. I don't understand. I'll put it on the top and it ends up beneath. And I found that with this too. This is the Sephora 12-Hour Colorful Eyeliner. I got the shade 51, which is Stone. It's matte. It's along the same line as that grayish that I'm very into. It's quite soft. You have to sharpen it. But it's like a gel, and it's supposed to be waterproof and last 12 hours. So you see the difference that makes? I feel like this eye just looks more complete, more finished than this eye. So I'm tight lining, I believe that's called. And I want to put it in my lower waterline. No eyeliners will go onto my lower waterline, and if I can even get them on, they don't stay. I'll show you. Do you see it? What's wrong with my eyes? I mean, there might be a slight tint there. Doesn't go on. Just doesn't apply. Very weird. Now, some got on the actual eyelashes, so I'm gonna rub that out. I've tried the Victoria Beckham, I've tried all kinds of brands, and this is not unusual. Let me know your recommendations. Do you use only clean beauty products? Do you read the ingredients of the products you use? Do you even think about it? Or do you just stick with what you know? So during the sale, when everything Sephora was on sale, and then on sale on top of that, I went ahead and bought their Big by Definition mascara. It's volumizing and lash multiplying effect. Here is this wand. It's that pipe cleaner kind of one. Oh, no, wait, I wanna curl my lashes first. So let's go ahead and put this bad boy on. It has that satisfying pop when I open it. I mean, I did just open it this past week. Oh, my dog must be having a dream. I hear him. So there's as much as I could build it up with one coat. I don't think I'm being too harsh in saying, while it does look nice, I wouldn't call it voluminous. I feel like I did a better eye volumizing on this, I did a better job with the volumizing on this eye. And also with my camera cut out and it got really dark outside. I mean, it's still daytime, but I don't know how much the light has changed. All you missed was me finishing up my lashes. I do think the mascara is really nice. I don't know that I'm wowed by it yet, and I don't know how well it wears yet. So that's where we are with the Sephora mascara, at least the big by definition. So let me know what you think of that, if you've tried it, or what your favorite mascara is. All I really have left now is lips. I'm gonna go in today with the Fit Glow lip liner in Nude. It's not really pink, and most of my lip liners are quite pink, so I thought that would be good, a nice neutral shade. I've got the Rose Ink lipstick. If I can read the shade, oh my. Besotted. It is magnetic. Oh, my dog's breath is so bad I can smell it where I'm sitting. It's disgusting. I'm really sorry about the lighting. I'm a mess, you guys. This is how it is right now. My son and his friend, I think, are right out the door. We're in that weird space of him being independent, a college student, home for break, being annoyed that his parents want to know where he's going. When I would ask anyone who says, bye, where are they going? What are they doing? And then I want to spend every moment I can around him without interfering. So I've been up and down and I'm just sort of flustered, and then I feel bad and picked on. And then I remember he's a teenager, and why am I letting him hurt my feelings? I'm all over the place. So, all right, I think what I'm going to do is use some of the lipstick as a blush. Now I hear the ice coming out of the refrigerator, which means my husband is making himself a drink. It's time to finish up. But just bring down the pink a little bit is what I'm trying to do, and add a little more color. I don't know, this is a totally different look for me, and the more I see it, the more I do like the mascara. So I'm happy about that. I think that's everything. If I were gonna do a gloss with this, I was going to put on Victoria Beckham Bikini. It's not my favorite formula, but it is a beautiful shade and would go nicely with this look. Actually, let me go ahead and swatch the Rose Ink lipstick for you too. I do feel with this lighting, I need to put a little something under my eyes to stop the shine. And I do have here the Tower 28, their new pressed setting powder that's supposed to be pink. Just using my Say powder brush. See how nicely that still looks like skin, but took down the shine. And that is it. I know I look woefully pale because of this ring light. I have it on a natural light setting, and this is the finished look. I think the eyes are pretty. It's different. For me, it would be a perfect holiday look. I could do more of a red lip. Well, I don't know. I don't know, you guys let me know in the comment section. I felt like because of just the colors I used, I needed to go more brown with my lips. But now that I'm looking, I wonder if I couldn't have gone more pink. And I don't, not necessarily pink, but like a deeper plum or something. I think that would have also worked. I just wanted to play today. I've been not on YouTube for about a week and wanted to get something out to you guys. This is what I've been doing, is just playing. I get up every day, I put on my makeup, and then I clean the house. It's very glamorous, but I enjoy it. It just makes me feel complete, especially when I feel a little out of sorts. It's very discombobulated here, there, and everywhere, and I just feel very out of sorts, especially knowing he's gonna leave because then I can't settle into anything. That's where we are. I hope you guys have a good, smooth holiday season, whether you're traveling, whether you're staying home. I like to stay home personally, with family, with friends, your loved ones, or spending it however you choose or would like to be spending it. And I hope you have good weather, because that's also a thing right now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up. And as always, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.